ever do what other people are doing. So we just always want to put our own little flavor on things.
Gotcha. So now you're originally from Jacksonville. What high school did you go
Born and
to?
raised. I went to Wolfson High School.
Wolfson High School. Now I say you second all-time scorer in Jacksonville history.
History.
Tell me, man, how does that feel? I got a few records, back from my college days and stuff like that. But, to be known as the second all-time leading scorer in the whole city area, how does that come down?
A lot of buckets. A lot of buckets,
We'll,
man.
we'll get buckets, huh?
Yeah, definitely. But my father pushed me from early to not just be a regular guy. So, and it was a lot of fun doing that. But like I said, I more so want to focus in more now on creating opportunities for kids and adults and everybody that could benefit from my umbrella.
Well, let's build on the Wolfson thing. So, in 2026 right now, we've had the running gun and Trojans, for a while with Reebok High School. Range football is kind of dominating as we look at the football thing or whatever. And then Jackson now has kind of jumped out there. Tell me, what do you feel about the high school basketball in the city of Jacksonville right now?
I think it's in a good spot. You have a lot of talent in a lot of different places, so I think that's always good. It's definitely top heavy. So I'm hoping that a few of those schools at the bottom will, get their stuff together so we can have a little more balance. But I'm very excited to see the playoffs this year. Of course, schools like Jackson, Providence, Impact. Should be some really good basketball coming up here in districts.
So I'm tell you something. Also, you're a historian in the basketball world too, as I am. I spend every end of the season in Lakeland, Florida. It's kind of on a trip I do with my dad. Kind of our bonding process or whatever. But guess what? The state tournament is no longer in Lakeland, Florida. It is here in Duval County. Tell me, what do you think about that being an asset for these Jacksonville teams?
Oh, that's big time. Nobody really wanted to go to Lakeland anyway. I mean, there's nothing really in Lakeland. Myself, I went to Lakeland. My little brother went to Lakeland 10 years later. It's a boring trip. There's nothing there, but I think Jacksonville's a better host city. We have a lot more restaurants, a lot more things to do. So, overall, I think that's a good look.
Definitely. So, just kind of wrap it up a little bit with you. But tell me something about it's just the game dream bigger. Kind of looking into your history. Tell me about what that means to you.
Yeah, so I just think basketball can be a tool or a bridge to a lot of other things. Like me myself, I obviously no longer play basketball, but all the intangibles that I learned, hard work, dedication, being prompt, putting in the work, all that stuff translates to what you do in regular life. So
Oh, no, definitely fantastic. So it's a two-part question. So I'll start with you, and then I'm gonna pass it on to Brother Jay with this one here, right? So we got a star-studded lineup coming up for this 1v1s.
100%.
So tell me a little bit about your two favorite guys, and then I'm gonna pass it on to Jay, so he can throw me and tell me about his two favorite, and I'm gonna kind of throw a couple questions at Jay as well.
Well, you can't ask out Adam Silver who's his favorite basketball players in the NBA.
Okay.
So I can't answer that.
Okay.
But I can say all 16 guys that I'm cheering for.
Okay. Well, better question then. Which matchups are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to Ronnie because he's the GOAT.
Okay.
I want to see what Ronnie going to do. Definitely. He's been talking heavy. So, it's time for him to back it up. But all these guys that have been in my inbox and on social media talking about, if you ever do a challenge for regular guys or, if we don't have to play against Travis McConaughey, blah, blah, blah. Well, hey, here it is. So.
All right. Love it, love it. So I'm going to pass it on to Jay. You can hear him in the headset, and then I'll let Jay jump in a little bit and just kind of give his opinion about some things, okay? Thank you, Will. All right, Jay, man. Hey, welcome to the microphone.
Hey, how you
So
doing?
I'm going to drop a couple questions on you. Matter of fact, tell the audience a little bit about who you are, okay?
Well, I'm Jalen Holloman. I played a little basketball myself, but I never went to college. So the street ball thing, like when Will approached me with this idea, I was all for it because essentially that's what I am. I'm a street basketball player.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you went there because you helped me out. Because I need you to tell me what does it mean when I look at this thing. Said Holloman Challenge Street Edition. What does that mean?
It mean everything because, like I say, I grew up in the park playing basketball. And essentially to me, playing in the park was more important than playing in the games because I always wanted the respect from the guys in the neighborhood. So,
Man, listen, you're a great interview because that leads you right to my next question. So what has changed about that park being the measuring stick for basketball players nowadays as opposed to what it is now?
Kids don't really play in the park no more, so it's not the game ain't fluid like that. You know, the part where you learn your creativity. You know, my dad taught me, to be free on the court. You know, do what your body tell you to do. So a lot of kids they don't. It's not fluid no more.
Gotcha. You know, and that's always been my argument. People they jump all over me because I tell them, I say AAU has changed the game, man. You know, and absolutely, you got 5 stars going against 5 stars or whatever, blase squazy. But what they don't realize is, man, it's 5 stars right there in the streets. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So when you in your neighborhood and you have to go to the park and you play ball with some of these old cats and the old heads that's out there and everything, that's what street about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you can play on the street and then relate that into the court inside, then that's something serious. So what you think about that? These cats that's playing basketball now, can they take that game and then take it out on the street? Like, back in the day, it was when I first moved to Jacksonville. Hey man, where y'all hooping at? Hey, Bruce Park, Sweetwater. You know, so they told you what parks to go to. But now we don't have that.
Nah, it's a rugged game, but it's different now. But back then, when my brother was playing and stuff, he would go to the park and he had a name and it was just they had the duality. They could do it, but I don't think they could do it now.
No, my man. So tell me what your role is for when we get there on Saturday at the street edition.
Well, Will approached me with the idea of me being the MC, kind of just getting the crowd together, keeping people in a good mood and good spirits while we're there. And that's what I do. I'm the MC, so you're gonna hear me talking, talking to the players, talking to the crowd, just keeping everybody engaged.
Definitely, and that's a part of what Sunshine State Broadcast is going to be, man. We're going to be there. We're going to try to put that thing out there for you live basketball and kind of give you what I'm kind of getting the impression that it's kind of give you that N1 mixtape feel to it. So what you think about that? The comparison a little bit.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. That's why a lot of people get inspiration, adrenaline rushes from people like yourself talking, from people like myself talking, and get the people going. It's provocative. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So I see the matchups and everything that's coming up. So what went behind you all kind of putting these individuals against each other?
Oh man, well, with social media being a tool, it's an open platform. So we got a lot of guys on that list going against each other that's been talking trash and back and forth. Harmless trash, but at the same time, they gonna step on the court and put their best foot forward.
Absolutely. I mean, sports about talking trash, and that's what sports about when you don't take it too far. And I think that's what these kids nowadays don't understand that, hey, it goes to a certain level and then you back off because, it's really still about respect,
Yes, sir.
So putting these guys together, what are the matchups that you would like to see?
Oh man,
Based on the street talk,
like bro was saying earlier, man, Ronnie versus Adam Brooks gonna be a classic. They've been talking a lot of trash, so that's one game I'm really, really looking forward to, man.
Gotcha. So I'm excited for this opportunity, man. Can't wait to Saturday. And we're gonna take a little time. We're gonna sit down and talk with some of the individuals that's getting ready to match up against each other. Anything else before we break free?
Just get there early.
Get there early. MC, what we expecting from you, MC?
Just a lot of good energy, a lot of positivity, and just keep the crowd going, keep the crowd engaged.
What kind of DJ we gonna have? We got a name guy. Y'all bringing somebody new out?
It's gonna be a surprise for y'all.
It'll be a surprise. All right, that's kind of what I figured was going on because I hadn't heard anything about the DJ, but that's huge because people don't realize nowadays it's really about who playing the music, to keep the crowd going. But definitely the Holloman Challenge, man, Street Edition. Saturday, we got it going on here with Jay Holloman. Will was up here earlier. We're gonna move on to the players next. Well, the way the setup is, we probably gonna do one. What you think, Courtney? The microphone or bring 2 at a time? Okay, all right. Yeah, we go 2 at a time. Yeah, are we gonna? Do we have any matchups in here, or are we just going? No, we don't have no matchups. So if we don't have matchups, then let's just go one. Yeah, let's go one. Well, being here, I got you. Yeah, let's say we're gonna start. Listen, hey, we're gonna finish up with you, and we're gonna start your podcast. There we got. No, I got you now. We're gonna say we start the podcast, baby. Right. You know what?
I gotta keep my relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, whoever wanna go first. We shot, bro.
Turn down. That's head, man. All right. Look close to your face. Okay, perfect. All right, here once again, Will Holloman Challenge. It's got a street edition. Got one of the competitors here sitting with me right now. Gentleman, I'm gonna say his name is Head. All right, based on the matchups and everything. And what I do is I'm gonna throw it to him, tell him to introduce himself a little bit. So if he want to give you his full name, that's on him. But if not, we want to roll with Head and we go from there. But my man, tell me a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to the audience and tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, first off, my name is Head.
Okay, we're
I
gonna
ain't
stick
give
with
my
Head.
government name on
Gotcha.
here,
Yes, sir. The
but
street edition. So
street
we in
edition.
there.
So we some street names.
Yes, sir.
But a little bit about myself. I grew up in Jacksonville playing basketball in Spring Park with Jalen and them, and just been doing what I do.
Okay. Any high school ball in you? You played in high school here in Jacksonville, or?
Yes, I played for Inglewood High School.
Gotcha. I see why you didn't throw that out there like that.
Yeah,
What year you came out of Inglewood?
Oh, nah.
Them fighting Rams, right?
Yeah. The
not
fighting rounds.
not a problem. So tell me, when you get out there on the court, you got this 1v1 going on, man. What's kind of going to be your game plan against Ralph?
With Ralph,
Yeah.
I'm about to go with his age.
Okay.
I'm
All
about
right.
to-
Well, I looked at the picture too, and we talked about that a little bit. I ain't gonna talk about his age right now, but we're gonna see where we at from there. So yeah, what's your game plan now?
use my youth against his oldness.
Okay. All right.
Attack him. Attack him. Attack him.
Tackle. So tell me a little bit about Ralph then. What his size, kind of what he's built, what you think his game is.
Ralph game, he got a little quick in and out. I done seen him play a couple of times.
Okay.
He got a nice little mid range, but when Ralph get beside himself, he miss a lot. I'm gonna get in his head.
Gotcha. Little trash talk.
Yeah, little trash.
Okay,
talk.
you got
little
any
bump.
got any particular areas that you gonna trash talk a little bit, or you gonna keep that a secret too?
See, it's street ball edition, so it's nothing off limits.
Gotcha. So listen, they got you in as the marquee time too. Now they got you at the 7:10 time frame. So that means you got to bring it, right? Is that a little added pressure?
No,
Nah. Okay. All right. So tell me a little bit. What are the rules of these 1v1s? How does that set up?
basically 1-on-1. You get 3 dribbles. You basically get 1 shot. If you make it, you get the ball back.
Okay.
I believe you get 2 fouls. After that, the person get 1 free throw. I believe they get the ball back.
So you get free throws in the 1v1.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. So we'll actually have a official at these games also.
Yes, we will.
Gotcha. So is there any technical fouls, anything like that called?
Yes, it's technical fouls in any basketball game. 'Cause
Okay.
you're just not finna just choke slam somebody.
Right. So it's street edition, but it's also kind of
It's still,
controlled
yes.
a little bit.
Gotta still, yes.
Gotcha. So when you get to going, you're going to attack. So do you shoot the three, or your game is more so into getting to the basket with the layups?
Basket to the left. I gotta use my weight. I gotta use my height against my advantage with him.
Gotcha. All right. So when it's all said and done, tell me a little bit about what it's going to take for you to take care of Ralph in this thing right here.
Like you said earlier, and like Will said, you gotta have willpower.
Okay. Okay.
Because no matter what you go through in life, it's gonna keep attacking. You're gonna keep falling. You're gonna keep falling. Is you gonna give up?
Nah, definitely.
I'm not gonna give up neither.
Okay.
So I'm gonna keep attacking until it works.
My man. All right. So real quick, man, you got any social media handles that you want to put out there so people can get out there and follow you? Because I know as you guys got to get going on, you're going to have some pictures, you're going to put some videos, you're going to put the final scores out there. Tell them how they can catch up with you.
You can follow me on Instagram at Big Head the Dome Doctor.
Okay.
My Facebook is my regular name, so it's Street Edition.
Okay.
So that's all you can get right now.
Gotcha. All right. Sounds good, man. Well, good luck to you, boss, man. And we're going to stick with you. Just stay with Head, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Good luck to you. We'll be there on Saturday, and we'll interview you some more, okay?
Appreciate it.
All right, definitely,
I'm
man.
my 1,000 like this.
Man, listen, just like that.
Just
All
like
right, go
that.
get that money.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Great job. I'll see you soon.
Same here.
All right, Courtney, let me know when you're ready. You had to give me a countdown, man. You're killing me, bro. You got it? All right, once again, hey, we're back here. We're here with we're gonna just go say Mike, man. Mike, we got Mike coming in right now. Mike has the what's that 6:32 game, and you got Jerome. Tell me about your matchup, man. What you think about Jerome?
Um, I know he's an athlete and just gotta bring it, and I'm locked in. Like
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your game, man. What do you do well, and what is it that you're going to utilize to go ahead and take care of Jerome?
can't tell you that. Today you just gotta come Saturday and find out.
Gotcha. Okay, so tell me a little bit about your background, man. High school, where you play ball at. Just you just kind of born and raised in the streets. I mean, what's your background?
I played with a player that played in this tournament, Luca Dude. We played high school,
Okay.
Jacana Christian Academy.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, okay. Back when Shekinah was had a school and everything going, and they was killing people and all that. Boy, they
yeah,
was rolling, man, for a while. Both the boys and the girls program was stars. Okay, well, tell me a little bit about your high school career then.
I mean, I played both. I was basketball and football.
Okay.
But graduated from Reebok.
Okay.
Um, I went to almost every high school except Jackson,
Okay. Okay.
but it was just I had a good life, but basketball was my number one. Number one love. Like
So tell me something. See, I played a little wide receiver, freshman, sophomore year, and then after sophomore, I was like, you know what, man, I'm just gonna concentrate on the one. So tell me what football brought to your basketball life. You know what I mean? Kind of what the
well,
correlation with the two, because we hear that a lot about
it
football players
brought
and basketball.
it brought. So, please excuse me.
All right, all
I'm a
right, no
little
problem.
nervous, but
It's all good.
stability
Okay,
and you got to be locked in on defense.
okay,
And knowing that I'm playing, a football athlete, you got to be locked in. Like
gotcha.
you may be quick, maybe not,
Okay,
but I'm gonna be locked in.
got
So
it.
that's all that matters.
Definitely. Not for hoopers, man. They have preferred places they want to go play. You know what I mean? So when you wake up on that day that you're going to go hoop, where you go hoop at?
I go to Bruce.
Bruce.
I
Okay.
go to Huffman. I go LA Fitness.
Okay.
Used to be Bailey's,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Okay, yeah, because like I say, when I first moved here and I came from Cookman when I was playing ball there, I got here. I was like, hey man, where y'all play ball at? First thing I got was Bruce Park, So Bruce Park kind of one of the legends parks and everything.
Yeah.
So when you play out there in the streets or some of these gyms or whatever, what are some of the guys that you go and you kind of measure your game up to them? You say, you know what, I'm at this level because I'm out there hooping with these guys and I'm giving them the business.
Well, I measure how I play.
Okay.
If I have an off day, I'm just gonna go straight to the goal.
Okay.
There ain't no shooting.
Gotcha. So if it's that one thing that you say, you know what, that's your go-to. You know what I mean? Getting to the basket and finishing, shooting the three. You got to step back, hit him with the heads of the Euro. What would you say is that when you go to your head, say, you know what, I need that game point. This is what I'm going to.
I'm gonna say post moves.
Post moves. Okay.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
gonna say post moves.
Okay. So in a 1v1 kind of game, how do you set up a post move?
I mean, you just you gotta be at that right spot. If
Okay.
you ain't in your spot, you just gonna have to just improvise.
Gotcha. Nah, man, I love that answer. I'm gonna nickname you Smooth Mike, man. So when we get out there on Saturday and we broadcast a little bit, I'm saying that smooth white with the three. You know what I mean? Because you got that kind of smooth, kind of stilo about you, man, and that's good. So hopefully that translates on the court, man. We see that you take care of Jerome. He ain't here to kind of rebuttal whatever. But if you had one thing to say to Jerome, when you get ready to go into that game, what would you say?
Just bring it. I'm gonna bring it, and I
Okay.
don't talk trash. We
Okay.
just be on the court. So.
Straight respect, right?
Yeah.
I like it. All right. Hey, Smooth Mike, man, appreciate meeting you, sir.
Appreciate it.
I will see you on Saturday, and I'll be there.
Yes, sir.
All right, have a good one now.
league.
All right, Courtney, you good? All right, we back. We back. Stage 3. Listen, hey, Game 5, Ronnie versus Adam. I'm here with the legendary, my man Ronnie. Everybody in the crowd keeps screaming, Ronnie, Ronnie. So we finna make this thing happen right now. So we once again, the Will Holloman Challenge Street Edition, Game 5, Ronnie versus Adam. Tell me about that game right there. How you feel?
I ain't really up for it. It's just another basketball game, man. I just play.
Gotcha. So how did that matchup come about? Is that something that came through via social media? Or did Will say, "Hey man, I'm gonna put you up against Adam"? Talk to me about that part there, that matchup.
I just seen the matchup when everybody else did. But I just looked at whoever he put on there was gonna be just another victim to me.
That's it. So it's just like whoever showed up, you was gonna rock out with him, right? So if you had one thing to say to Adam, when he step in there, coin toss or however that thing go, what would you say to
well,
Adam?
for him personally,
Right.
it's a difference between talking on Facebook and checking that ball up.
So-
That's
So that makes sense then. So there was a little Facebook talk, a little social media stuff going on back and forth a little bit. Tell me a little bit about that right there.
well, he supposed to be confident in
Okay.
himself.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I forgive him because he don't know who he talking to.
Right.
But I'm just saying it's a difference. It's a difference going against me on that basketball court.
Gotcha. So
And
let me ask you a question. We got this 1v1 going on at the Will Holloman Street Edition. Have you ever played Adam before?
nah, I don't know him.
You don't even know him.
I don't know him from Adam.
Okay, no, I see. I like that. See, how you threw that. I don't know him from Adam, but okay. So basically, it's just been like a social media thing, and he so he's saying one thing, you saying something else. Guess what? We got a 1v1, Ronnie versus Adam, right?
Well,
Okay.
He talked himself into a big problem. I just know that.
No worries. So okay, so you say your background a little bit in Jacksonville is just kind of the leagues. You kind of came through the league circuit. You know what I mean?
Well,
And go ahead, talk to me.
well, since I was 16, I played in men's league.
Okay.
Like, that's what made me kind of bypass high school because it sounds naive and ignorant now, but I felt like my peers weren't nowhere in my league because I was averaging 20 playing in men's leagues. Like, so playing in high school, I felt like that was a downgrade, but I didn't think about exposure and,
Right.
I naive, I thought people was going to find me in the Kennedy Center gym just because you could hoop.
No,
just
for
because you could bust that.
No, for sure. Because I mean, when you cut your teeth, man, with the old heads, man. Because one thing I like about that was they wasn't just playing you; they was teaching you at the same time. So if you giving them 20 and they call themselves teaching you, right? That's a big thing.
Plus, I was on the court with like some studs in my eyes.
Right.
Like man, you had JB, he known around the city, but you had Harold Butler, you
Yep.
had people like Nato.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And man, they was getting some buckets, and I was right there with them,
Okay.
like doing my thing. You know, I can't really say I was battling them because they probably didn't even focus on me like a marquee weapon. But after them games,
Right.
they knew who I was.
And I was about to say, I mean, in those situations like that, when you putting up 20 against them kind of cats like that, when they walk out the gym and they know your name, guess what? That's a badge of honor, right?
Well,
Meaningless something.
a lot of people didn't really know my name. They knew my face.
Well,
'Cause
I mean,
I was quiet at that time.
Right.
Like I was just a quiet assassin then. But like I said, I was always an assassin. The
Boom.
only thing is, when I got older, I got a little bit more vocal because
Right.
you start, man. Well, I had kind of gave the game up for a minute, so people started talking like they forgot who I was.
Okay.
And, you got to remind them sometimes.
No, facts. So if you had to tell me one thing about your game that stand out above the rest, man, what would you say is a part of Ronnie game that just, man, this is what I do?
Well, everybody know I'm the mid-range assassin, but
Okay.
they can't stop it. Like, the mid coming,
Right.
whether it's 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock,
It's
you
coming.
know it's coming. And, man, there's nothing you could do besides watch it go through the net.
So let me ask you this question then, because the media is coming back. All right, it went from being inside game to the post, right? Then it went out. Everybody wants to shoot threes like
No,
Steph.
it
But
never,
the
it
midi
never
coming.
did.
Well, everybody looking to try to get that 12-footer and everything. How you feel about that?
If you pay attention to the best scorers in the league, it's always mid-range shooters.
Gotcha. No,
But
that's the
the
foundation of
mid-range
basketball.
is a lost art. See, well, I knew that ever since I was like a jit. I'm talking about like 7, 8 years old. Cause my thing is, people used to go to the parks and play in open gym, and they look like Michael Jordan type people. But when they get in that whistle, it don't translate.
Gotcha.
Like one thing about my game, it translates.
Okay.
Whether it's in the park, whether you put me in the gym, you could put me in the jail. I'ma still be me.
Gotcha.
Like that's the difference between a lot of other people. They could score 10 points and 12 points in a street ball game, but as soon as you get in the game,
They don't do nothing.
you got oohs and ahs, and you got 6 or 9 points. No, I'm trying to score 5 times on each basket.
Man, I feel you on
and
that
lead
because
with 20 points.
I tell cats all the time. I say, man, listen, you putting up 17, 18 here in this gym with the referee and everything like that, but you can't go out to Bruce Park and put that up because it's a different kind of ball there.
But it's also, you got vice versa.
Right.
You got some people that look like studs in the park, which
Right.
a lot of stuff going on their side. You can make calls that ain't really real calls.
Okay.
That you might not get with a whistle. But because you intimidate somebody, are you popular, they might ride with you.
Right.
You say you got touched and nobody touched your fingernail, but everybody like you. So they like, oh yeah, it's this ball.
Okay.
But you get with that putting them cracks around them, he
Right.
shrink up.
So you run into a legit, man, 12-year-old cat, man. What do you tell that dude about the hoop game?
Well, I'm kind of at a point where I'm nearing retirement, so what kind of hurt me is that I don't have a son
Okay.
to really give
Right.
a game to, because you don't find out really how great you were till you wind up being washed yourself, and then you realize you can't do a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So I try to give back to kids by giving them knowledge. The one thing I do tell kids is every offseason add a move to your game that translates.
Okay.
That way, man, by the time 7, 8 years later, you have what they call this bag, but really the bag is people give it a bad context because it's supposed to be like handles and all that stuff. A bag is like, you got an arsenal of moves, you got counters, you got ways that help you score, not help you look good. I don't know, nowadays people act like you get points on the scoreboard for trick points because it look tough.
Right.
Because it's this, because it's that, man. It don't matter how easy the basket look. It don't even matter how ugly your shot is. As
Gotcha.
long as it go through that hole, that's the number one goal.
Facts, man. I coached for 20+ years, man, and part of what I coached was what you gonna put in your bag. And so for you saying it like that, man, put it in the words, it really made me feel better because that's what I said to them. You got to be able to put something that you can drop in your bag that you can pull out and make it work and be positive about it every time it happens.
But
right?
the difference between me and a lot of these contestants, and it's no disrespect to them, but like I'm a basketball lover. I love basketball with a passion. I came out the womb with Spalding tattooed on my back.
Gotcha.
So, man, it's different from me. Like I study basketball. Like I was a basketball historian. Like I wanted to make it to the NBA, but I just ain't apply myself in life.
Right.
As far as doing what I needed to do to get there. Yeah, I said it like every other jit. Yeah, man, I want to go to the NBA, but did you put yourself in the rooms with certain colleges, certain scouts, and certain places? Oh, man, but anybody could have asked me to play basketball. They could have told me, man, they were playing basketball around the corner.
Right.
And I'm right there
all
day.
Yep.
Wait until I get my run.
Man, and I feel that what you're saying. So I'm gonna end it like right here. So what does it mean for Will and Jay to put something together like this? For cats like y'all.
Well, the only reason why I even got into it and entertained it, cause Will, you know what I'm saying? Like I respect it, bro, and I knew Jalen in passing, but man, Will, we kind of had some interactions, and bro just hit me in my inbox, which at one point I did ask him about the real one, about getting in, because it was a lot of this chatter, and a lot of people were saying, oh man, I'm just talk,
Right.
because they know me from Facebook or probably, like some people on Facebook is shocking because like I said, when I was young, I didn't even talk.
Okay.
So a lot of my Facebook friends, they gonna listen just because they like. I ain't never even know he talked like this or thought like this or
Gotcha.
said anything. Cause I was silent. I always stayed to myself unless I really knew you. So
Hey, well, man, I tell you what, I appreciate this, man, because you guys will give me an opportunity to throw some nicknames at you. So as we broadcast on Saturday, man, I got Smooth, I got Head. Hey, listen, I got you, boy. You the quiet assassin, baby. You know, that's where we at. You already told me you quiet, man. But guess what? When it's that time, y'all better watch out. But Ronnie, I appreciate you, brother. Hey, man, I'm glad you're here.
Man, 'cause I could talk basketball.
No, listen, we
my
can talk
whole
all day.
life,
Listen,
man,
that's what the
'cause-
camera want. The camera want cats who they ain't interviewing, we talking. And that's what that felt like, and that's what we wanted to be, all right? Man, so I can't wait to Saturday, man, be able to check y'all guys out, broadcast a little bit, hype y'all up. You know, I'm going to let Jay do his thing, but we going to push y'all,
Just do
man,
it
and we're
one.
gonna try to get this thing going big, man, because, you know, last few times with Sunshine State Broadcasting, some of the people we getting chats and stuff from were across the nation, Idaho, Charlotte, Louisiana, Mississippi, all through the state of Florida up into New York. So we starting to get stuff possibly nationwide, man, so that's huge, all right? Well, I appreciate you, Ronnie, man. Can't wait to see you on Saturday, brother.
Just
Thank
make
you.
sure you do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy the show.
Man, I will.
Enjoy the
Definitely. Hey, I'm here.
show. Get your popcorn ready.
My man. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah. All right. All right, Courtney, give me a countdown, man, so I can jump into my man Ron. All right, hey, we're here, man. Stage 4 right now for the Will Holloman Challenge, man. Street edition, the 1v1 that's going on Saturday, guys. From 6 to 8, all right? We're here at the Players Grill, 600 Park Street. But they sitting down next to me with this ugly jersey on, you know. Seattle, we give them, listen, congratulations for them to getting there. And I will say this, I am very happy to see 2 new teams in the Super Bowl run. Me being a Dolphin fan, I had to root for other people all the time, so I'm used to it. But
right.
But I'm here with the legend, man.
But let me say this first.
Okay.
So the reason, well, anyone that knows me knows that green is my favorite color.
Okay.
But this one's kind of hits home because this person who wears number 31, he actually grew up in my same neighborhood.
Talk to me, okay.
Went to my same high school.
Okay, all
So
right.
Cam Chancellor, you know, I'm always going to represent hometown with that. And, you know, you were a legend with the Legend of Boom, the Legion of Boom with Seattle. So they made it to the Super Bowl. So, yeah, definitely representing it.
Man,
with that.
listen, much respect because, like you say, it got less to do with Seattle than it does hometown.
I can't tell
and
you
I
one player
appreciate that
for Seattle.
My man, so, hey, so respect, man. I got to respect that for show. So, man, listen.
Who's the quarterback? Really?
Right, it's Sam somebody. Yeah,
Sam
Sam Darnold.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now that
Hey,
you mentioned it.
but not to mention, man. Listen, once again, hey, for those that you do not know, I'm here with the legend, man, Ron Jarrett, man. Listen, I met this gentleman here more so actually out playing basketball than I did before I knew he was an official.
Right.
But you know, he and I have come up in the ranks, different areas. He blowing the whistle. I'm barking out plays and stuff.
Exactly.
But you know, mutual respect has grown through the years. So
over 20.
Man, listen, over 20, 2 decades, brother.
Exactly.
Yeah, what Duval? Huh? I tell you what, I bleed 305, but I had to scream Duval sometimes,
Exactly.
Represent both halves of the state, you know.
Absolutely.
So,
North and South.
But tell me this, man. Tell me a little bit about the Will Holloman Challenge, man, the street edition.
So this is literally almost how multifaceted Will's mind is.
Okay.
Because I was there from the beginning.
Gotcha.
And we were at a church a small church on Blanding Avenue, and Will reached out to me. I forgot the name of the church, but I wanted to give them a shout out. But that's where it all began. And we had some players that, you know, were talking a little bit of noise in the city. But we had some guys that could play, you know, you know, starting there and to see it evolve and to see how players were reaching out to him, not only in the state of Florida, but all up and down this East Coast,
right,
wanting to be a part of what he was doing.
Okay.
And he's literally brought out the city to have something to do on a Saturday night.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like the entertainment now, the VIP may be out of some people's, you know, budget.
Right.
But $10 tickets for the entertainment that you're going to get for 2 to 3 hours on a Saturday afternoon or a Saturday night, you can't beat it. And we've had some nail biters. We've had collegiate pro players to participate in it. We've even had the women to pack the gym out with the ladies 2v2 with that as well. So to see how multifaceted that it turns this corner here by getting the street edition.
Right.
Because people can nickname the 2v2 with the females. They can nickname the 1v1, oh, I did this. But who's doing a street edition?
Correct.
And we've pulled some of the nicest street names out of Duval to come and participate and support this. And I'm super stoked about being in attendance, not working, but being in attendance to support Will Holloman in this event.
Well, and I feel the same way, you know, here at Sunshine State Broadcasting, man, just to have the opportunity to be a part of this juncture, to me, is huge, not only for Will Holloman, not only for the city of Jacksonville, but also Sunshine State Broadcasting, and those of you that tune in to see kind of what's going on there. So I got the listing of the games, you know, right now. I want to say it's 8 games listed. Man, throw some names out there. You tell me kind of what you know a little bit about, so we can pass that on to the fan base.
Now, probably 15 of the 16 players I either know, or I've seen play.
So tell me a little bit about a few of them, man.
So,
not saying that that's who you're going for, but just
I'm unbiased, so
correct.
I'm not officiating, so
right.
I can throw 3 or 4 names who you gotta watch.
Talk to me.
My first name that I'm probably going to throw out is T.O.
Okay.
T.O. Devin has been literally a force in basketball, men's leagues, adult leagues, pro leagues. Like, he has played at every level.
Right.
So if it's a matter of conditioning and attrition, I think Devin and guys like Butter are going to be there where we don't have to worry about the conditioning.
Okay.
Where we don't have to worry about the fatigue. Like, they're going to grind. You know, Devin's a football player, so he's going to take contact. You know, he's very good and crafty with the basketball. And it doesn't take him 4 to 5 dribbles to create his shot. So I really love Devin's, T.O. as you guys have it. I love his chances on winning this particular event. I do like Butter when his shot is on.
Okay.
Because you're not going to get the ball handling from Butter, but you're going to get that hard-nosed defense.
Okay.
And he's going to put something on you.
Gotcha.
And this man conditions 10 hours a day. So, you know, to see him out there with that, many people don't realize the quickness of Ronnie.
Okay.
You know, they see, you know, well, he talks a lot. You know, he might be the quiet assassin. but Allen Iverson ruled the league
Yes.
with his size and quickness that was hard for the bigger, stronger guys to defend.
Right.
So you really can't count Ronnie out because, once again, there's a pedigree that he had where he was playing against the unsecured gyms of the Kennedy Center.
Gotcha.
So
yes.
there's a toughness and a roughness
Okay.
that you have to have and not be afraid to play in those types of environments. So being in a crowd, that shouldn't faze someone like him.
And it's funny you say that because I didn't go into earlier when I was with Ronnie when he said Kennedy Center, and I was thinking about his age and kind of things. Like we're talking about old school Kennedy Center.
Exactly.
Yes.
Not the new
Yeah, no.
not the new washed down Kennedy Center.
Right.
With that. So those are like a couple of players that I like. Ralph is super fundamental.
Okay.
You're going to get what you're going to get with him. If he's off, he's going to be off. But if he's going to be on, he's definitely going to remain on.
Okay.
So, it's a matter of which Ralphie you're going to get with him because as far as being around the game, knowing his father, he and his father for so many years, he's just so fundamental that if he just stays within his lane, he's going to be tough to beat.
So with his game plan is saying he's going to attack. Is that the right game plan for Ralph?
He's going to have a problem with head size.
Okay.
Yeah, because Head is a thick player.
Yes.
And Head getting to the basket within those first two dribbles is going to be monumental because if he gets that third dribble to finish, he's going to be a problem for Ralphie with his size.
Okay.
So, yeah. But once again, it's not the points that are stopped that wins the game. It's the points that are scored that wins the game. So I always like to give the edge to those who can score.
So let me ask you a question because I know this is what I kind of call it organized chaos. All right, because you say 1v1, you're talking about street ball, but it's organized, right?
Correct.
So how does the organization of it? When I mean organization, I'm talking about shooting free throws, technical fouls, things of that nature. How do they come into play in some people being able to win games as opposed to lose games?
Well, even with the even with Ronnie, because I even officiated Ronnie when he was at the Kennedy Center, and that was still structured basketball.
Right.
So shooting free throws, technical fouls, under pressure, when no one's lined up, or seeing you having to shoot without that particular guarding. Everyone on this list has been in a structured gym,
right?
Under a whistle. So I don't think that that's going to play too much into it. I think where the edge is going to go to the person who has that physical attrition, who's going to be ready if we have to play back to back. He's going to be ready to play and say, "Hey, let's go." So I think that's where the edge, where someone like, once again, T.O., Butter, who are in a gym 5 or 6 days a week, playing or conditioning, may go into effect.
How interesting, as I hear you say, I still fall back on the fact that, it still does fall back to the normal foundations of sports.
Right.
What's your attrition level? Where are you at there? And
Right.
then also, what's your foundation, with your particular game?
Correct.
So those are the things I'm looking at. Say, no matter what you call it, you can call it organized, call it street, you call it gym, you call it AAU, call it professional, whatever. It still boils down to just the foundations.
Exactly. And someone like, let's say, for example, Marcel. Marcel played collegiate basketball.
Gotcha.
One of the few who were able to see, the levels of the NCAA on his resume that are on this list. But Marcel's game, he can make me and you look good because he's a phenomenal passer.
But ain't nobody passed to.
No one's to pass to on this game.
Right.
So, Marcel can win with anybody on a 2v2.
Okay.
But 1v1 where you have to take your own shot and create,
Right.
I think that disadvantages him to a degree. But once again, Marcel has played under a NCAA whistle.
Okay.
So that type of clutch gene is still within him.
Gotcha.
So that gives him somewhat of an advantage as well.
So I got 8 games, 16 participants, right?
Correct.
So in this situation, because you say 15 and possibly out of 16 guys.
Correct.
Are we looking at a swingman heavy or a guard heavy post player kind of scenario here? What do you think that we're looking at here? What's more of positioning that we're going to see on the court?
So I really do think your first 2 dribbles, whether it creates separation or whether it creates positioning, are going to be critical.
Okay.
So to have that option to shoot on the second dribble or needing that third dribble to finish, you're not going to get the razzle-dazzle time. You're not going to be able to cross over 3 times, and you have to boom, boom, hezzy, boom, and then shoot.
Okay.
So I think whoever is able to take advantage of their first 2 dribbles, whether it's for shot creation or positioning for that third dribble, is going to be advantageous that evening. Now, I'm not going to put anybody's game plan out, but I just know that what I would be strategizing and what I would be looking to do is create the opportunity by the second dribble. You know, kind of like that football analogy. You want 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 4.
Right.
You don't want 3rd and 10.
Correct.
So you don't want to waste 2 dribbles in the perimeter and then be forced to shoot a long shot,
Right.
especially if you're not shooting that well. So I just think those first 2 dribbles will be, pretty important for all of the players. So being long like Jerron, if he gets 2 dribble start, you're
there.
not going to stop him.
Right.
Period.
Okay.
He can jump. He's been athletic all of his life. And for him to get 2 steps head start on a post, it's done. He can literally walk his way to this championship.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So if you're going to throw a big cheer, big kudos over to Will, man, what would you say to Will about what he is doing for our community right now, basketball-wise?
Well, once again, I've known Will on a personal level, and the great part about it is I literally was on the end line putting up a 3-point signal when Will was shooting in high school.
Okay.
So we go back
back
literally
in the day. Yes, sir.
far, and we have built a great connection and relationship over these years, on a personal level. It's not only on social media, it is literally on a very personal level.
Gotcha.
And to see him just develop and give this city something, because it's not about, whatever the gate is about. It's not about just, having his name on these billboards that are out here. It is literally allowing himself to say, hey, during my opportunity in the city, this is what I poured into the city.
Okay.
Now, whether someone wants to take the baton and continue it when I say, hey, I'm done with it, or if I'm still a part of the conversation that I had the opportunity to pour into Jacksonville basketball.
Okay.
So that he's definitely done. Many of the youth in the league get an opportunity to train with him. He's pouring in them and to believing in them, and even having the players after 2 to 3 years with him, just to see how they're turned around and developed.
Right.
And how he's developing and pouring, because you never know who makes it. And then along that podium, they're able to say your name. And that's what legacy is all about.
Right.
It's not about the now. It's when you're in the Bahamas or singing karaoke and someone is saying your name in a positive manner, even when you aren't around.
I wasn't there, but that obviously was a joke that I was not privy to. But I tell you what, so, as we close this thing out, man, my biggest disappointment is the fact that you said that you were there refereeing when Will was still out shooting threes, right?
That's correct.
Which means I was kind of in the area at that point in time.
You were at West Nassau.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm trying to figure out how Will still got black hair. You still got black hair. And I got all this right here on my chin. So, but we gonna leave it at that.
I'll give the secret. So about 33 miles south on 95.
95, okay.
Yeah, there is a fountain that lights up at night.
Okay.
In St. Augustine.
I know St. Augustine. Yeah.
And you can do the research on what it does.
Okay, yes. I ain't gonna tell nobody because they say these people still looking for that fountain, right? But hey, but I tell you what, man, Sunshine State Broadcast Network, man, we bring it Will Holloman Challenge, man, Street Edition.
Absolutely.
We got a fun opportunity. Definitely a lot of challenges. I love it, man. We got 16 participants, 8 games.
Absolutely.
And then they get into the doggone the bracket position itself. And what I'm hearing, there's a $1,000 cash prize,
Cash money.
a jacket, a turnover chain, a big buckle. I'm just going a little far there, man. But yeah, now we got a cash prize going on, man. A lot of folk coming here and trying to not only win the money, man, but it's also about the bragging rights as well, which is what Street Editions are about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And once again, T-Mac can try to, claim a lot of things.
Right.
But no one can claim this street edition here in Duval County.
Absolutely,
Will, you got
man.
it.
Yeah, sir. I love it, man. There's no more Ice Cube, baby. It's Will Holloman, man. Yes, sir. So, no, I appreciate coming out, man. Once again,
it's definitely my
that's
pleasure.
it. We had the Players Grill down here at 600 Park Street, man. We appreciate them for letting us come in and do this particular intro show to the Will Holloman Challenge Street Edition Saturday. Man, listen, y'all come on out. Have a good time. Sunshine State Broadcasting Network.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
My man.